We are all living busy lives in which time is of essence and time is money. Now, only a few of us probably are able to master this art and technique of managing the time effectively and managing it well. In this video, I'm going to tell you about 10 techniques that are going to help you manage your time smartly and effectively. Coming up. What's up everyone, my name is Ramesh. Welcome to another video on Mudgal's Musings, a channel dedicated to increasing your productivity. Now, if this happens to be your first time here, consider subscribing because I keep posting one interesting video to help you increase your productivity every single week. And don't forget to hit that bell button so that you don't miss out anything exciting on this channel. In this world which is full of inequalities, if there is something that is equal to all of us is the time. It's the same 24 hours for all of us. It's for you, it's for me, and for everybody else. It's the same 24 hours. Now, how we make use of these 24 hours is something that is going to determine our success in whatever we want to achieve, whatever we want to attain. So the first thing that we can consider to effectively manage the time, the limited 24 hours that we are having is to track the time that we spend on various things. So let us consider this fact that in a work day, typical work day, we've got multiple tasks lined up for us. And in between the work that we are doing, there are also perhaps certain social interactions that we need to be doing. We are also connected to the internet and we are also spending quite a bit of time on some of the social media apps, or it could be work related interaction also that we might be doing. So by tracking how much time we are spending on certain specific tasks, work related, as well as our social interaction or on our personal work or personal needs, I think we will be in a better position to plan our days well and allocate the required amount of time that is needed to achieve some specific goals that we set out for ourselves. The second smart technique which all of us can very effectively and easily use is to apply the 80-20 principle. Now suppose there are 10 tasks that we need to be accomplishing in a day. Now list out those 10 tasks in the order of priority, which means the most important task comes in the first and the next important task comes in the second, and so on and so forth all the way till you reach your 10th task. Now, when you focus on most of your energy in accomplishing those the two important tasks, I think that is going to add a lot of value to your day. And even if at the end of the day, if you have not been able to accomplish the 7th or the 8th or the 9th or 10th task, you still have a great sense of satisfaction and fulfillment because two of the most important tasks or work in the day you have been able to achieve. When it comes to work, follow the principle eat the frog. Now, what is this principle of eat the frog? Mark Twain in his book, in one of his books, he used this phrase. Now, if your job is to eat the frog, make sure that you eat the frog first thing in the morning. Now, if your job is to eat two frogs, make sure to eat the bigger of the two frogs. So, which simply translates into, if you have work lined up for the day, now consider the work which happens to be the most tedious one, most difficult one, which you consider is going to occupy a lot of your time and energy and effort. Now, once you have this work accomplished, once you complete this and once you strike off this major difficult task or a huge work, now it is out of your way, then you have rest of the day, it goes very smoothly and it breezes through. Why does it breeze through? Because you have already completed a very huge task, a very important and a big task, and the rest of the tasks are going to appear like a breeze. They are going to appear like very small things that you can easily accomplish. Next up, block your time. Scheduling time blocks or creating chunks of your time for specific purposes and specific tasks is going to help you in a great manner. Now, how does it help? So we are dedicating certain amount of time for certain specific tasks so that you don't have any distractions. So suppose you're working on a project report, you're preparing a question paper, or you're sitting and then you're going through the corrections, you're evaluating some papers. I think when we dedicate certain specific time for a task, we should actually do that task and we can complete that particular task, and we should avoid the distractions that may come. So breaking down the time into chunks, easily manageable chunks, is also another technique that is going to help us effectively manage our limited time. The fifth smart technique that we can adopt to manage our time is to use the 2-minute rule. What does the 2-minute rule say? It says very simply that if there are a certain number of tasks, then out of those tasks, if there is anything that you can do within 2 minutes, I think you must go ahead and do it, and don't put it off for some other time. Do not postpone accomplishing that task or completing that task. Next up, avoid multitasking. Though multitasking may be effective in some cases, and for some people, in many cases, it actually acts as a counterproductive thing. For the simple reason that suppose you are working on your laptop, on your system, you have multiple tabs open over there. On one of the tabs, you are actually working on a PowerPoint or a Word file or anything that you're working on. On the other one, you have some other web browsers open. So you have a tendency of actually clicking onto the other tab and trying to go and see what's happening over there. Multitasking it has to be managed very, very carefully and very, very tactfully. The seventh smart technique that we can adopt to manage our time effectively is to learn to say no. It's not possible that all the time you can accept all the work that is put to you, that is given to you. There may be certain things that you're already working on, and still there is some more work that is coming your way, and you still haven't accomplished or completed the already given task. Now, if that is the situation, you must politely and gently say no, or probably ask for an extension, saying that I won't be able to do it today, but I'll give it in maybe tomorrow or a couple of days. So asking for those extensions, it is actually going to work. So if you accept it and you are not able to complete it within the time, you're going to be in trouble, because nobody's going to like you accept and then you don't give the output, give the product, or give the accomplished work. So saying no, though it appears to be something that is not welcome, but it is at times perhaps it is essential. The eighth smart technique is not a secret. It's a very well-known fact, establishing a very effective morning routine. Now, you have a routine in the morning, you get up early, you probably do a bit of meditation. You want to watch my last video which I put up, in which I spoke about the 10 successful rituals of highly successful people. So most people follow, they have a very, very effective morning ritual, what they would like to do, at what time they get up, and how they would like to spend the first couple of hours of their day. Similarly, we can have an established morning routine which is going to help us in a way that everyday things are happening systematically. You're spending a little bit of time on yourself for your well-being, and at the same time you're going to spend a little bit of time preparing for the work day that is ahead. So when you have an established morning routine which is productive and which is free from distractions, your day is going to go ahead. You're going to have a head start for the day, and when you have a head start for the day, you probably are able to achieve much more and manage your time very effectively for that day. The ninth smart technique is to establish a nighttime routine. Having a nighttime routine, just as the morning routine, is also going to be very, very useful in managing the time effectively and smartly, of course. So thinking about what kind of dress you're going to be wearing the next day, and what are the different important things that are lined up for you the next day. Who are the people you're going to be meeting the next day? Do you have any important meetings? Are you supposed to be preparing for them? I mean, just mulling over these things and preparing for them, if you have the time, is a very good thing to prepare for the next day. And most importantly, the nighttime routine should also involve a good dinner as well as spending time with the near and the dear ones, and most importantly, having a good night's sleep. The 10th and the final smart technique to manage the time effectively is to take breaks in between the work. So you can have breaks at 90 minutes or a 2-hour duration, whatever works for you. It's always advisable that you take a little bit of a break. You have continuously worked for about 2 hours, then you want to get up, okay, leave your desk, go here and there a little bit, and talk to a colleague maybe, but not spending too much of time and not disturbing their work. Or you want to simply stare out of the window if you happen to be closer to the window. This diversion for a while is also going to be productive. Why? Because it is breaking the monotony. After you spend about 2 hours of your time on one thing, on doing something, you tend to lose focus. You are fatigued. There is a little amount of stress that is stepping into it, and you lose your creativity if it involves creative work. So taking breaks is going to energize you, it's going to refresh you, and it is going to give you opportunity for reorganizing your thoughts. That's all on Mudgal's Musing this week. Thanks for watching this video. Like it if you like it. Do share the video among your friends and acquaintances, just in case they might also be interested in watching such videos. Question of the day: what are your time management techniques? Do mention them in the comment section below so that I can learn something, you can learn something. Till I see you next time, have a wonderful time ahead. Bye bye. Take care.